being recorded.
Okay, we're going to do our public hearing of the district-wide safety plan at the regular meeting immediately following. Mrs. Shake is participating remotely. The address is listed on the agenda. This note is up here, but that's not there. Oh, I see it is. Okay, please note that during public comment sessions, members of the community may address the board on agenda and non-agenda items. The board president may limit remarks of individual speakers to a reasonable time. Speakers must identify themselves and the topic on which they would like to make remarks. So Mrs. Canavo is going to share a little bit of information about the district safety plan. And open it up for comments and questions.
So good evening. Each year we need to present our district-wide safety plan, and then the board will act upon and approve that for the upcoming school year. It has been on the website for the past over 30 days for the public to have an opportunity to review it and then to provide any email comments that they may have for me. As of today, right before I started the meeting, I had not received any public comments or comments from the public regarding any questions or anything of that nature. I will have Mrs. Mentacley, before we start to just check our BOE comments as well, just to ensure that none landed there. But a little bit about our district-wide safety plan. So we actually create two plans within the school district. We create our district-wide safety plan, and that is the information that is available to the public. And then we have our building level safety plan, and none of that information is available to the public. And there's some very clear reasons for that. That is our detailed responses to emergencies within our building. There's a wide variety of representatives that sit on that committee and that are part of that conversation and in that development. But tonight's approval will be really around the district-wide safety plan. So our district-wide safety plan is created in conjunction with our risk management company, Needham. That is their area of specialty. They work with school districts around health and safety matters, and in particular, one of the services that they provide is to work collaboratively with your school for your district-wide safety plan. The plan that is up on our website really just talks about the introduction. Why do we have that? And it's in place for emergencies or in times where we need to have students in certain locations. So, excuse me. It is all based in commissioner's regulations, everything that has to be a part of the safety plan, and our plan does comply with all the regulations from the commissioner. And we work closely with our law enforcement partners, the fire department, Needham Risk Management, our Teachers Association, our school nurse, and many other members within our school community to help build this plan and make sure that we have the most solid plan that we can in place to ensure that schools remain one of the safest places for children to be. This plan talks about how we respond in events where we have to move into different levels of precautions. And then it also talks about what we do afterwards. It talks about reunification, how to transition out of drills. Sometimes we do, potentially like step downs as we assess risks. And so all of that is covered within our safety plan. And the people who are on our plan and help create this and will be part of that conversation, we have a school board member, myself, we have a PE teacher, because they're often outside with their kids. So they are part of that conversation. We have a maintenance supervisor, somebody who knows the building and grounds, our special education administrator, our principal, our school nurse participates. We often have our school secretary, who's one of your first lines of defense in the event of an emergency. School safety consultant, that is Needham Risk Management, who works with us. And then we have our law enforcement and our fire department. And then we also usually have a teacher who would be part of our teachers union. Often our teacher teachers union president will sit on that committee with us. So we have various levels of emergency drills that we do, and they range everything from shelter in place would be used in a weather-related event. A hold in place is if we had a medical emergency and EMS had to come and we want to keep the kids in the room and not expose them to that or cause any worry. We have lockouts. So most commonly those are used for animals. If you have a coyote outside or maybe a little fox that isn't looking so well, We also do lockdowns, which are the most significant. That's in the event that there's an immediate danger within the building. And then, of course, our evacuations, which are our fire drills. But we have very detailed plans for all of those in place. And this forward-facing document just gives kind of the overarching information that the public needs to know. One, that we do have plans in place, and some of the information that we are able to release at that point in time. So I would ask Liz, can you just double check and see if we have anything online? I will check my email again to make sure that nothing has come in. On the website, my email was listed as the place for folks to email should they have any questions or comments. And then I would hand it back to you, Mrs. Jaskula, if we have any comments from the public that I'd be happy to speak to.
Does anybody in person have any questions or comments? Liz, is there anyone on virtually?
I'm checking. Hold on. I'm trying to log into the other account.
No.
Check everything. Nope, there's no one attending online.
I have not received any emails or inquiries as well. Thanks. Does the Board of Education or have any questions for me regarding this plan?
Are we able to hear Masha? I guess we turned off her audio.
You should be able to hear her.
I'm here.
Oh, we can hear you. Okay. So, do you have any questions?
No questions.
I'm still trying to get into the BOE comments. You know, I need a minute because it's making you do two-factor authentication and all that fun stuff.
While Mrs. Mentally is checking, I would also note that our district-wide safety plan remains on our website over the course of the school year. And I would also say that even if families don't have questions tonight, should they ever have questions, I would absolutely encourage them to reach out. Mrs. Wiley is very versed in it, myself. If there are connections with Mrs. Frank could absolutely help speak to it. So please, you know, student safety is one of the most important things that we do here. It is the most important thing that we do here. So if questions come up or families over the course of the year, please send them our way. We'd be happy to meet and speak with them.
There are no BOE comment emails. We are good there.
Okay. Then we'll move into our regular meeting. Call the regular meeting to order at 6:38. Could I get a motion to enter public session?
Motion to call the regular meeting to order.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we're in public session. Roll call.
All right, roll call, Mrs. Jaskula.
Here.
Mr. Luke.
Here.
Mr. Rahman.
Here.
Mrs. Sheikh.
Here.
Mr. Nevins is not here today.
Okay, pledge allegiance. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, comments from the public on agenda items. A reminder for those members of the public in attendance, this is one of two opportunities afforded to members of the public to comment on or inquire about agenda items. Members of the public also have an opportunity at the end of the evening's agenda to comment on matters not formally noted on the agenda. We appreciate everyone's cooperation. Does anyone have any? Still no one online? So. Okay, then we'll move into approval of minutes. Could I get a resolution, please? I guess how do we want to handle resolutions? Yeah. Do we want, Masha, would you be okay reading resolutions, or would you prefer that members in person do it?
I'm happy to read resolutions.
Okay, why don't you start then, and it'll be you, Charlie, and then Alonso.
Okay, sounds good. Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Menands Union Free School District accept the minutes of the August 14th meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And we have item number 2, discussion items. We have acquisition of a maintenance vehicle. Is that? No?
Yes. So the Mayor Marsh approached myself and Mrs. Moran regarding a truck that they have available that is no longer going to be used by the village. It is a 2008 Ford F-250, and they are willing to sell it to the district for $1. What I had shared with Mayor Marsh was that we just needed an opportunity to check the condition of the truck. We had Mr. McCormick, who was our building and grounds supervisor, go down and have a conversation with Mike Hagman, take a look at the truck and just get an understanding of the working order, the work that it may need, and then have a conversation within our school about the need, the use, and the benefits of having a truck here at school. Mr. McCormick went down, met with Mr. Hagman, took a look at the truck, and it starts, it's in good working order, needs some general maintenance, whether it's an oil change, a tune-up, things of that nature. The tires on the truck looked good. It does include a plow, which could be useful here at school, and particularly in the area of snow removal. And overall, the general assessment was that it's in good working order, just really needs some of that basic maintenance pieces. There is a strap that does need to be replaced on one of the fuel tanks. But again, that was estimated to be at a cost that wasn't absorbed into the district. So tonight, I wanted to bring that forth to the board. I was gonna have Mrs. Moran share any additional thoughts that she may have and how she sees, so Mrs. Moran directly supervises that department. One of the things we do right now is we rely on our maintenance guys to use their own personal vehicles, to do, to pick up materials, to go to the store, pick up maybe necessary materials that we need in order to fix something, and kind of the benefits that we would see as bringing that onto the district, and then the potential costs and steps that we would need to take if we were to consider this purchase.
The only thing I would add is that if it's being sold to us for $1, that's a win. The plow itself is worth more than that. It's about $1,500. We don't feel it requires, right now they're taking a couple $1,000s to get it, fix the gas tank issue that they're having. But either way, even if we took it and we had it, looked at, and we felt it was too much money, we could still sell it and still make our money back on it. So I do think it's a good move for the district. It allows us to use our own truck to move stuff back and forth. And it'd be a small increase in liability insurance. We put a vehicle on it. We'd have to make sure that people had valid driver's licenses, which is not an issue or anything I'm worried about. But I don't think it's a bad move for the district. I would think the only thing we would need to make sure of is that the snow plowing is still, they're going to assist us because we still can't do all that.
Yeah, was there any conversation with the village after? I know you Kevin had some initial conversations. Were there any follow-up conversations about that?
So I spoke with Kevin today, and I think the important piece to know is that when the village comes in to do our plowing, what they're really doing is they are making a path from the road to the school around this loop and then exiting. They're not doing they're not plowing our parking lots and things of that nature. What Mike really does is he provides a pathway for our first maintenance guy to get into this district loop here. So I think that's just, for a long time, everybody's looking like, oh, the village does our first pass, but what that really is getting us in. They don't plow all of our lots. That's part of a contract that we have. What they do for us is they come in and drop salt, and they take care of our garbage. And that is, part of the agreement that we have with them, that we host CYO here at no charge to them. And often we have to, we happily staff our building with the maintenance guys, so they're here on Saturdays after school. And we ultimately give CYO the first, as long as they get the paperwork in, the first opportunity to really book our gym space as well. So from a plowing perspective, at first I was like, oh, does that mean like our whole parking lot? But that really wasn't the agreement to begin with. Mike really just kind of does that to get us in, and is really a good partner to us.
Okay, and then the only other question I had is, are the maintenance guys comfortable driving a plow truck? Like, is there any training that would have to go with that, or if they have to have experience?
Obviously, plowing is you have to know how to do it.
Right.
So right now, I don't know if any of our gentlemen that work in that department have extensive plow experience, but I look at the win having the vehicle on site. We certainly can have somebody come in and show our staff how to plow. I think Mr. Fisher does. I have never asked Mr. Calderon, and I will. And if we have, if our staff can do it, it's a pretty straight shot as far as some of the main areas that we have. But again, if they can't, it's no harm, no foul.
Right, exactly, yeah, just don't, not make the assumption that they can and send them out there
Yeah,
without.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah,
No.
running into cars and things. Anyone else have any questions about the truck? It's not on tonight's agenda to approve that purchase, it would be a future agenda.
So when it is not in use, you have a space to park.
Absolutely.
And you can use the truck in the summertime also.
We can use it all year long, yep, to move stuff, desks, tables, everything.
Just
It'd
make
be
sure
nice
the-
to have, actually.
Nice to have.
Make sure the guys know how to get the plow on and off and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's
before
the
we
only thing.
Take it. It was a nice offer from the bill. Thank you
Yeah.
for the information.
Absolutely.
Business office non-action items, budget transfers under $10,000. So this does not need approval from the board. There's an attachment. Does anybody have any questions about any of these items? Or Joanne, did you want to share any information?
No, there's a lot of budget transfers that happen at the end of the year. The under 10,000 ones are just small ones, usually between material supplies or contraction. We try to keep them all within the same codes.
So each item is below 10,000.
Yep.
If the
If they're in an
total is like
aggregate
44,
amount, I will put
44,
them, right, if they add up to more than 10, they'll be on the other one.
Okay.
Whether it's in or out.
Any questions on that? That takes us to business matters action items. The first item on here, A, is the 2023-2024 safety plan. Could I get a resolution, please?
Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Menands Union Free School District approves and/or ratifies the 2023-2024 district safety plan as recommended by the superintendent.
Second.
And no additional questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. E, we have the 2023-2024 tax warrant. Sorry, Lon, it's a long
Yeah,
one.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
good.
It's a good lead. Whereas the Board of Education of the Menands Union Free School District has been authorized by the voters of the annual school district meeting to raise for the current budget of the 2023-2024 school year, the sum not to exceed $11,555,886. Therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education fix the equalized tax rates by towns and confirm the extension of the taxes as they appear on the following tax roll. Name of the town assessed, valuation, school tax rate, library tax. Is that how it's supposed to be written? Name of the town assessed, valuation, school tax rate, library tax rate, colony. I think,
So-
I think it's a column, right?
Yeah,
So name of the town is
I
colony.
had it
Assessed
spaced out, but it
valuation
didn't
is,
transfer.
250,165,558 School tax rate is 30.509000, and the library tax rate is 0.596917. And be it further directed that the tax warrant of this board duly signed shall be affixed to the above described tax roll, authorizing the collection of said taxes to begin September 1st, 2023 and end October 31st, 2023. Given the tax warrant an effective period of 61 days at the expiration of which time the tax collector shall make an accounting in writing to the Board of Education. And be it further directed that the delinquent tax penalties shall be fixed as follows. First month, September 1st through September 30th, no penalty. Second month of fraction thereof, October 1st through October 31st, penalty of 4%. November 1st to November 30th, the county treasurer will accept payments with 5% penalty. After November 30th, the rolls are closed. Be it resolved as follows to the tax collector of the Menands Union Free School District, Town of Colony, County of Albany, New York State. You are hereby commanded 1, to give notice and start collection of taxes on September 1st, 2023. 2, to give notice that tax collection will end on October 31st, 2023. 3, to collect school taxes in the total sum of $7,412,278.72. $149,328,000. Oh, sorry. $149,328.07 for the Menands Library and $765.97 pro rata exemption payback. $19,404.94 additional star exemption. The total tax to be collected on this warrant is $7,581,777.70. This amount does not include the star reimbursement. 4, such taxes to be collected in the same manner as collectors authorized to collect town and county taxes in accordance with the provisions of section 1318 of the real property tax law. Number 5, to make no changes or alterations in the tax warrant or attached tax rolls, but to return the same to the Board of Education. Number 6, to forward by mail to each owner of real property listed on the tax roll within 10 days after the start of collection a statement of taxes due. Number 7, to receive from each of the taxable corporations and natural persons the sum listed on the attached tax rolls without interest penalties when such sums are paid before the end of the first month of the tax collection period. To add 4% interest penalties to all taxes collected during the second month of the tax collection period. Number 8, to promptly return the warrant at its expiration, and if any taxes on the attached tax roll shall be unpaid at that time, deliver an accounting thereof as required by section 1330 of the real property tax law. This warrant is issued and delivered in accordance with section 1306 and section 1318 of the real property tax law. It is effective after it is properly signed by a majority of the Board of Education. The warrant shall expire on the date stated above unless a renewal or extension has been enforced on the face of this warrant in writing in accordance with section 1318, subdivision 3 of the real property tax law.
Yes, yeah, breathe.
Marshall, are you available for a second?
Yeah, I second.
Any questions about this? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Takes us to D, contracts for, oh no, sorry, I skipped one. C, budget transfers over $10,000.
Now, be it resolved that the authorization of the Board of Education of the Menands Union Free School District approve the enclosed budget transfers over $10,000.
Second.
Any questions on these? Any comments, John?
I mean, the only comment I would make is that very often at the end of the school year, when we talk about the reserves, we had an earlier discussion earlier in the year about the reserves, and that we would authorize a transfer from the employee benefit reserve to pay for the retirees that left our employment this year.
Yep.
And we had enough, what I did instead of that, because I look at it as six of one, half of another, I forgot how to say that, very good. But I took it out of unspent funds and just moved it to pay that bill instead of having to take it from the reserve. It's gonna be 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Doesn't really matter. If it comes from the reserve or unspent funds. So
Because
rather
the money
than
was
do
ended
that,
up in the reserve
Yep.
anyway.
and we'll be
Instead of
able,
doing two transfers.
correct, and we'll still be able to leave that reserve the way it is. And so I took it from unspent funds.
Any questions? Okay, I think we have the resolution, right? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Takes us to action items, contracts for approval. Could I get a resolution, please?
Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Menands Union Free School District hereby approves the following contracts A and B for the 2024 and 24-25 school year. And that's North County Intermunicipal Agreement and North County SA 10.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item E, action item donations. Could I get a resolution, please?
Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Menands Union Free School District approves the donations as attached.
And I second.
So we have like a camera and some school supplies from Charlie Rappa, Simmons, and Faye Foley. Thank you for those donations. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Takes us to item 5, personnel matters. Resignations. Could I get a resolution, please?
Be it resolved that, hold on, sorry, 1 second. Yeah, be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Menands Union Free School District approves the personnel agenda items. Resolution. Sorry, is that me?
It's
Yeah.
you and it's item A,
Item
resignation.
5A.
Item A, okay, resignations. So I make resolution to be resolved that the Board of Education of the Menands Union Free School District accepts the resignations A and B as listed for Christine Cunningham and for B. Jacqueline Longo.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item C.
I would like to thank Jackie and Christine for their time here at school. They certainly have been two valued members of our staff, and their contributions will be here long past their new opportunities that have come their way, and for them to be able to do the things that they want to do with their family. We wish them the best, and hopefully our paths will cross again at some point in time.
Thank you, Mrs. Cannell. We do wish them well. Their new opportunities. Takes us to item B, updated summer appointment. Can I get a resolution, please?
Be it resolved that the Menands Union Free School District Board of Education approve the updated summer non-instructional appointment A as listed. It's Deirdre Martinez.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Takes us to item C, personnel agenda. Could I get a resolution, please?
Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Menands Union Free School District approve the personal agenda item A as attached.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So we welcome a familiar face, Mrs. Pizzuto, back in St. Mary's long-term substitute role. The kids will be very excited to see her back in the building. Brings us to item D, revised teacher aide salaries. Can I get a resolution, please?
Be it resolved that the Menands Board of Education approves the updated non-instructional teacher aide salaries as attached.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have E, our list of mentors. Could I get a resolution, please?
Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Menands Union Free School District approve the following mentors for the 2023-2024 school year for the MAT contract as listed in attached.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Brings us to F, substitute teachers fully cleared. Could I get a resolution, please?
Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Menands Union Free School District approve the substitute teachers as listed for the 2023-2024 school year. A. Abdul Saud Muhammad. B. Briggs Matthew. C. Andrew Hines. D. Pierre Kaplan. And E. Lily Lee.
And I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Takes us to student matters, A, enrollment update. Mrs. Canavo?
So we continue to accept registrations. Even today, we had a few more come in. So our class sizes are pretty healthy overall. And, you're going to see some students come out as they move and we send out their transfer records. We do not take them out of our system until we've received requests for records. So as those students come out, we'll add our new students as we're going along. And tomorrow we will be having some of our support team members go down to Schuyler and to assist with registrations down there and make the transition and the ability for families to register a little bit easier so that students are here with us on the first day of school.
Item 7, miscellaneous. This is a chance for board members to share any information or ask any questions. Does anyone from the board have anything?
So I'm looking at the numbers. Did the enrollment reduce a little bit from last time?
What Jen said, yeah.
Yeah, so as students transfer out, so if students have just, have moved and as we receive their records from their new school districts, then we will take them out of our system. So over the next, I would say between either this meeting and next meeting, you're gonna see some of the numbers fluctuating.
I could have done it today and it would have gone up 4, and then tomorrow we'll get another records request. I feel like the next 2 weeks are gonna be a big, a lot of change every single day.
Already set.
Pre-K set and they have the waiting list going, so that number is staying strong. I don't think we'll see that change at all. But the rest of the grades, the next 2 weeks will be interesting.
Pretty much have the split.
So I think one of the things as well, our enrollment hasn't increased. What has happened is I think our class numbers have, they have averaged out more. So instead of having a couple of big classes that are in like the 40s, what we have is we have a lot of classes right now that are just bordering right around that 30, which does result in 2 sections.
Thank you.
Does anyone have anything they want to share for miscellaneous? Does the PTA meeting coming up, is there another board meeting before that?
Yes.
There is.
Yes.
We'll talk about that next week. Okay, takes us to, Marshall, do you have anything you'd like to ask or share?
Nothing on my end.
Takes us to 8, public comment. Please note that during the public comment sessions, members of the community may address the board on agenda and non-agenda items. The board president may limit remarks to a reasonable time. Speakers must identify themselves and the topic on which they would like to make remarks. Any board, don't think we need anything. Okay, does anyone have anything? Anyone online?
Double check, but I don't. We still don't have, nope, no questions.
It's not our normal month, time of the month, so. Okay, we don't need an executive session for any reason. Okay, then can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. And that's when it says things like that. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Marshall, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for facilitating.
It's going well. Okay.